Hi students, in the last class we discussed the problem on the residential status of an individual, okay, and I hope all of you understand that problems on the residential status as well as the resident but not ordinary resident and the non-residents, okay. So already we covered problem on this topic, okay. So now in this session we will see the statement of total income, okay. So now we will see how to ascertain the total income of an individual according to the residential status, okay. According to the residential status means what? Resident, ordinary residents, or the resident but not ordinary resident, and the non-resident of India, okay. So with this, or according to this, we will ascertain the total income of an individual, okay. So now see, so this is the format is there. Like this we have to ascertain the total income of an individuals, okay. So now see which are those cases are taxable for the resident, ordinary resident, resident but not ordinary resident, and the non-resident of India, okay. So these are the cases and it's showing which are those taxable or which are those not taxable, okay. Now see, so the first case or the first step is what? Income received or deemed to be received in India, okay. So it means whatever the income receiving in India, okay, whatever the income is received in India by any way, okay, by any way whatever they are receiving income in India, so it will be the taxable for the resident, ordinary resident, and the resident but not ordinary resident, and the non-resident purpose, okay. So it will, because why for the taxable for the non-residents, because it's received in India, okay, because he is in India, that's why it's also taxable for the non-resident also, okay. So this is the first case. Next, second case is what? Income accruing or arising or deemed to accrue or arise in India, okay. So whatever they are going to accrue income or arising, it means what's the collecting, or arising means whatever the income is getting in India, so then it will be the taxable for the all the three cases, okay. So for the non-ordinary resident, ordinary resident, resident but not ordinary resident, and the non-resident, okay. So income accruing means what's the collecting, okay, what's the collecting or the getting the income in India, okay. So by the business, it means what's by any way, okay, whatever they are getting or arising in India, no, so it will be the taxable for the all the three cases, okay. So next, income accruing or arising outside India from business, okay. So it means whatever the income is getting or arising or collecting outside of India from business, okay. By the business they are getting the income where outside of India, it means what's the in a foreign countries, okay, in a foreign countries they are getting what's the income, but that business is controlled in India, okay. Business is controlled by the India or profession set up in India. So income is getting outside of India, they are receiving in outside of India, but controlling is from where? From India, okay. So in this case, the taxable for the resident, ordinary resident, as well as the taxable for the resident but not ordinary resident, and it's not taxable for the non-resident, because whatever they are arising or whatever the income is getting, it's outside of the India, but it is controlled from India, but it's whatever they getting, no, whatever they are earning is the outside of the India, okay. So that's why it is not taxable for the non-resident of India, okay. So now any other income outside India, okay, whatever the income is getting from other side India by the any way, so it will be the taxable only for the resident, ordinary residents, okay. So it will not taxable for the non-resident but not ordinary resident, and it is not taxable also the non-resident purpose, okay. So next, the past untaxed foreign income bought, okay. So whatever the past untaxed income is there, no, so it will not taxable for all the three cases, okay. So non-resident purpose also, as well as the non-resident but not ordinary resident also, as well as the non-resident also, okay. So whatever the past untaxed foreign income, okay. So next, exempt incomes, okay. So whatever the exempt income is there, no, whatever the exempt incomes is there, so this exempt income is not taxable for all the three cases: resident, ordinary residents, resident but not ordinary residents, as well as the not taxable for the resident, non-resident purpose. Okay, so like this we have to calculate the total income of an individual according to the residential status. Okay, so then later on just we have to calculate the individual's total resident ordinary resident calculation, as well as the total taxable income. So we have to calculate like this: non-resident but ordinary residents and the non-resident purpose. Okay, so this is the format to calculate the total income of an individuals. Okay, so now see the note 1. While considering the income, the first receipts of income has to be considered for the following steps. Okay, so this is one of very important the notes. Okay, the note number 2: the following incomes are exempt. Okay, so these incomes will not come under the calculation of the total income of an individual. Okay, so it will come under the exempt incomes. And so which are those exempt incomes? Agriculture income in India. Okay, so whatever they are cultivating is agriculture and they are getting the agriculture income, so this agriculture income is not taxable for all the three cases. Okay, so next, dividend income from an Indian or the domestic company. Okay, so whatever the individual is getting dividend, okay, from the Indian company. Okay, so Indian company, whatever they are getting the dividends, and you know the what about dividend. Okay, so dividend means what's the part of the profit, and so this some part of the profit or the some percentage of the profit is distributed to the shareholders. Okay, so this is also income for the shareholders, this dividend. So this dividend is not calculated for the total taxable incomes. Okay, so it will be the exempt. Okay, next, interest income from post office bank saving accounts. Okay, so in a what's the POSB, it indicates what's the POSB. Okay, so whatever they are getting the interest income from the post office saving bank account, no, so it is also what's exempt. Okay, so next, salary from United Nations organizations. Okay, so whatever they are getting the salary from the United Nations, so it is also exempt. Okay, so next, income from units of UTI and other mutual funds. Okay, so whatever they are getting the income from the mutual funds, no, so it is also what the United Trust of India, it is also they are getting no income, no, so it is also what's exempt incomes. Okay, so next, scholarship received to meet the cost of educations, whatever they are getting the scholarship, no, so it is also what's the exempt. Next, income of a minor child up to rupees 1500 per annum. Okay, so if it is minor individual is there, no, and its income more than 1500, so it will be the exempt. 1500 is what's the exempt out of the total income for the per annum. Okay, next, share of income received by a member of HUF. Okay, so share of income, so whatever they are getting the income by its shares of the Hindu undivided family, no, so it is also what's the exempt incomes. Okay, so next, share of income received by a partner of a firm. Okay, so whatever they are getting the income from the shares by the partnership firms, so it is also what's the exempt incomes. Okay, so these incomes will not come under the calculation for the total taxable incomes. Okay, so I hope all of you understand these formats. Okay, so just we have to see carefully, or you have to understand, just it is very easy and it will come for the sure shot, it will come for the 5 marks. Okay, sure, otherwise it will come for the 10 marks sure. Okay, so it's very important. Okay, so now see the problem, just see the problem. Problem on income statement. Okay, problems on income statement. So first of all we will see only the problems. In the next class we will see the solution. Okay, so see here, the following are the incomes of Mr. Ravi for the previous year ended 31st/3/2019. Okay, so this is the Ravi. On this Ravi, we have to calculate what the total taxable income we have to calculate. Okay, so this is the cases are given. Okay, so now see the first case is what's profit from business in India and control from America. Okay, so now see, it is controlled from the America, but its profit from business in India. It means what? It's arising from the India. Okay, what? It's arising from the India. So it means what? Just see here, income accruing or arising or deemed to accrue or arise in India. So then it will be the taxable for the all the three cases. Okay, so it means what? It will be the taxable for the all the three cases: profit from business in India and control from America. So 2 lakh for the resident purpose, 2 lakh for the non-ordinary resident but not ordinary residents, and 2 lakh for the non-residents, because it's arising in India. Okay, so next, profit on sale of furniture in Bangalore but received in Pakistan, rupees 1 lakh. Okay, so now see here, profit on sale of furniture in Bangalore. So in Bangalore means what? It will, Bangalore is in India. Okay, so it means what? Again it's arising in India, so that's why it is a taxable in the all the three cases. Okay, so next, profit from business in Afghanistan. Okay, profit from business in Afghanistan, the business being controlled from India. Okay, being controlled from India, in bracket is given, one half is received in India, in an amount is rupees what? 4,50,000. Okay, so now this case is what? The profit from business is getting from the outside of the India, but this business is controlled from the India, so that's why it's taxable for the two cases only. Okay, so it will be the taxable for the two cases only. So just see here, income accruing or arising outside India from business controlled in India or profession set up in India, so then taxable for the resident ordinary residents. It is taxable for the resident but not ordinary residents, but it is not taxable, okay, for the non-residents. But in the bracket, what they mentioned, just see here, what's they mentioned, one half is received in India. Okay, so out of this 4,50,000 is received in India, and whatever the amount is received in India, no, so just first here income received or deemed to be received in India, so this received, it will be taxable for the all the three cases. So in this case, so it will be the 4,50,000 is taxable for the resident ordinary residents, 4,50,000 will be the taxable for the resident but not ordinary residents, and one half, okay, one half means what? 2,25,000 it will taxable for the non-residents, because it is received in India, and so received in India is what? The taxables. Okay, so that's why it is a taxable. Is it clear? Okay, so I hope you will understand. Next, income from house property in Switzerland. Okay, income from house property in Switzerland. So this business is controlled or arised or as well as received in the outside of the India. It is not related to the India. So what it means, what it is, it will come under the any other income outside India. So then it will taxable only the resident or resident of residents. Okay, resident of ordinary residents. Okay, so next, agriculture income in Bangladesh and was received there but later on brought into India. Okay, so what's it means, what's agriculture income in Bangladesh. Okay, so it is what? It will come under the income from others. Okay, income from others. Okay, so agriculture income in Bangladesh and was received but thereafter later brought into India. Okay, so it means what? This is the income, agriculture income, and it's not the Indian agriculture income. It is a agriculture income, but it is the Bangladesh agriculture income, and it will come under the any other income outside of India. So it means what? It will taxable only the non-ordinary residents. Okay, resident ordinary residents. Okay, so next, past untaxed foreign income brought into India, rupees 1,40,000. Okay, so past untaxed foreign income brought into India, rupees 1,40,000. So this past untaxed foreign income, it is not taxable for the all the three cases. Just here, past untaxed foreign income brought into India, so it is not taxable. Okay, so it will be the not taxable. Okay, past untaxed foreign income, it is not taxable for the all the three cases. Okay, so compute his total income for the assessment year 2019-20 if he is resident but not ordinary residents, and the resident and the non-residents. Okay, So I hope all of you understands, otherwise just see the solution also. Okay, the first one is about profit from business in India and control from America. So it is means what, it is the arising in India, so that's why it will taxable for the all the three cases. Okay, so this is like this format we have to do. Okay, write the heading calculation of total income for the assessment year 2019-20. so the particular column resident, ordinary resident, resident but not ordinary residents, and the non-residents. Okay, so sentence this as it is, we have to write profit from business in India and control from America, so taxable for the resident, ordinary residents, resident but not ordinary residents, and the non-residents. Okay, so in the three cases. Next, profit on sale of furniture in Bangalore but received in a Pakistan rupees 1 lakh. Okay, so it is arising in a India, so that's why it is a taxable in the all the three cases. Okay, so next, profit from business in Afghanistan, the business is being controlled from India. Okay, so this control from India means what, it will be taxable only for the two cases. Okay, so 4,50,000 it will taxable for the two cases, resident, ordinary residents, and resident but not ordinary residents. But in the bracket what's they given, one half is received in India. Okay, so out of this 4,50,000, 1.5 received in India, so that's why it's a 2,20,000 is a taxable for the non-resident of India. Okay, so next, income from house property in Switzerland, 2,40,000. so it is a income, outside income, so that's why taxable for only the resident, ordinary residents. Okay, so next, agriculture income in Bangladesh and was received there but later on brought into India. Okay, so later on brought into India, so it is agriculture income of the Bangladesh, it is not the Indian agriculture income. Okay, so it means what, income from outside. Okay, so it will be taxable for only one case, which is the residents, ordinary residents. Okay, so next, past untaxed foreign income brought into India rupees 1,40,000, so it is past untaxed income, so it is not taxable in any case. Okay, just see here, nil, nil, nil. Okay, so now calculate the total for the resident, ordinary residents. Total taxable income is what, 11,50,000. for the resident but not ordinary residents purpose, taxable, total taxable income is what, 7,50,000, and for the non-resident purpose was 5,25,000. Okay, so like this you have to solve the problems on the total income of the individual according to the residential status. Okay, so I hope you will understand. If you not understand, if you have any query with these concepts, okay, with this format also, with this problem also, you can contact me. Okay, so thank you.